Okay, and I do have access to recording this, so we are good to start. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Jessie coming to you through ATAC, the Assistive Technology Advocacy Center of Disability Rights in New Jersey. We are here today with two of our favorites again, Adam and Brian, who are going to be talking to us about using AI to support children and adults with disabilities in school, the community, and the workplace. That was a mouthful, but that's okay. We're going to get started.
Okay. Thanks very much, Jesse. It's a pleasure to be here with Brian and Jesse and all of you here today to talk about AI tools for children and adults with disabilities. And we're going to try to cover as much as we can, but there's a possibility that we might not get to everything, but they'll all be on the slide deck. And if you have questions while we're during the presentation, please put them in the chat. Uh, Jesse will be monitoring it and we'll try to answer if she can't. Jesse, just go ahead and jump in and let us know so
Will
we can
do.
address the question while you have it. All right, we're going to go over to the slideshow. Okay, too many windows. Okay, I think we're finally ready to get started. So today is we're going to talk about AI to support children and adults with disabilities. The presentation is funded by the Assistive Technology Advocacy Center of Disability Rights New Jersey. Here's their website. They've got tons of great information, so check out the ATAC website. They've got great resources. They've got uh, archived webinars and great handouts. In fact, here's the link for ATAC's YouTube channel, which is where they archive the webinar recordings. And if you live in or work in New Jersey, they are also offering a free coupon to access the ATIA Learning Portal. And there's the link for that. This is a really great uh, source of recorded assistive technology webinars, everything from soup to nuts related to assistive technology. And here's the link to today's documents. It's in the chat, but here's the QR code and the actual link to get to the shared Google Drive that has today's slides in it. And a little bit about myself. I'm an assistive technology consultant working with children and adults with disabilities, providing evaluations, training, ongoing support, professional development, etc. I'm based in Bergen County, New Jersey. I work in northern and central New Jersey and New York City in person and anywhere else remote.
And Brian, just like Adam, available to do assistive technology consulting and evaluations. I recently moved to the Washington, D.C. area, so I'm available to do remote consultations and evaluations, webinars, and professional development.
And Brian, is that a new website?
Yeah, I have some new technology there, so check it out.
Okay. And this should say Adam and Brian. We
Yep.
offer free uh, 20 to 30-minute AT consultations. These are all remote, so it could be phone, Zoom, Meet, FaceTime, etc. And you can contact myself or Brian. His contact information is in the slide deck about setting up a time, and this is often a great way to start uh, your journey with assistive technology, or if you have a specific question about assistive technology for your child, your student, client, etc. Um, we're happy to help with these consultations. New Jersey has, and every other state also has assistive technology lending centers. New Jersey's is housed at Advancing Opportunities, and this is a place where um, anyone living or working in New Jersey can borrow assistive technology for about 4 weeks to try it out. And assistive technology is like a lot of other things. You want to try it uh, to make sure that it fits what you want and fits the way that you like to do things, and you think it's going to help you. So um, trying things out is always a critical part of using assistive technology. And that's why it's always important for the individual that's going to be using it to have that opportunity to actually try it out. Um, as I like to say, it doesn't matter how much I think something's going to work well for someone, they have to try it out to really know for sure. There's really no substitute for that. And we have a very brief Menti poll just to give us an idea a little bit about who you are. So if you wouldn't mind taking a minute or two to scan this QR code and go to page 3 of the Menti poll and just tell us your role related to assistive technology. I'll leave this up for a second, then we'll take a quick look and see who's signing in. All right, let's take a quick look. Okay, just oh, internet is slow today. And I see a few of you have started to put your results in, and I appreciate that. Looks like we've got teachers, vocational counselors, and folks in healthcare. And I'll show you that QR code again. If you could go to page 3 and just tell us who you are, that would be great. Thank you so much. And just a little bit, I guess some caveats would be the best way to describe it. AI is, taking the world by storm. It's being embedded in everything, almost everything that we do. But it's important to think about AI as a beta version of the technology. It's pretty good. It's gotten a lot better in the last couple of years, but it's not really where it's going to be yet. It's going to continue to evolve, um, you know, right in front of us. So we're kind of living through this moment where AI tools are becoming better, but they're not 100% accurate. So sometimes they make errors. So it's important to check for errors. Also, web-based AI may not be 100% secure, so it's important not to use sensitive or personal information in online AI tools because there have been some instances of AI tools getting hacked and sensitive information being accessed. We're going to be focusing on the positive aspects of AI, help to overcome barriers, and and ways that people in different settings can use AI to help improve their lives. And we're going to be looking at tools in 3 main areas: school, work, and community. So school could be K-12 schools, college. Work could be anything from working at the local grocery store to working in an office. And community is accessing community resources and activities. Uh, we're using this series of stickers on just about all the items to just tell you if it's good for school, good for work, or good for community access. So just keep an eye out for those stickers as we go through the presentation.
So one of the first areas is reading. And in this presentation, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about Brisk, which uses AI to help teachers or even students create inclusive materials. Using AI, teachers can create materials at different reading levels or different levels of sophistication. We can talk a little bit about Dolphin Easy Reader, that it provides an accessible text-to-speech reading tool for individuals who have reading challenges. One of the new features that was just announced, it's not available right now, it's in beta testing, is the ability to add AI to the formula. So if a student's reading a passage in a book, they can send it to the AI, and then the AI can provide summarization, simplification, mind maps, even a podcast, and also have a Socratic discussion with the student. So I'll show a little video about that. And then there's Umata. And the other tool that both I'm using and Adam's using is that Adobe Acrobat, the Pro version, this is where you're paying for it, has an AI assistant embedded in the tool so that if you're reading very dense PDF files, you can have the Adobe AI summarize it for you, and you can also then query the the PDF file as well. My understanding, and of course, as Adam said, you need to think about confidentiality in Adobe's privacy policy statement. They do share that the summarization does get done in the cloud. But they do not store any of the content. But please be sure that, especially if you're working with confidential or health records, that it does meet the HIPAA compliance. So one of the tools that I think is kind of fascinating, and there's a lot of these type of tools, but this is a Brisk. It works both in the Google space and also the Microsoft space. It's really easy to use. It allows teachers to create materials that are at the student's level of understanding or reading. So you can do guided notes, podcasts, and quizzes. And we go to the next slide. So here's a little video. You can click on that and it'll kind of. Oh, Adam, did you share the sound and audio in the sharing?
Let's see.
Yeah, go out of it. Yeah, go out of it and unshare and then come back in. Yeah.
Okay. Try it now. Are you hearing
No,
it yet?
no, I think you're. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now hit the share button on your side and click the sound in the dialog box.
Let's try again.
Hi, this is Dr. Friedlander, and in this short
Okay, now?
video, I wanted
No, it's really low.
introduce you
It
to
is
Brisk
pretty low on my end as
Teaching,
well.
which is
Okay,
an
let's
incredible
change that.
tool that uses AI and really allows teachers to differentiate instruction. So if you're practicing universal design for learning, Brisk Teaching can be a great tool to help you differentiate the content.
Is that
In
better?
this
No,
scenario,
not really.
I'm going to be teaching my students
Was the
about the
share audio
concept of
selected when
butterfly.
you did the share?
Yes.
So I went to
Yes.
a good website, the Zoo of Louisville, and you can see down here I have my Brisk
That's as loud as I
teaching
can get it.
icon. I'm
Wow.
going to click on that, and when I do, up.
So I'll explain this. So this is there's a Brisk extension, which is that icon at the bottom right. I went to a website about the butterfly life cycle, and then what I can do is in this, I'm going to click the create button, and this is where it allows you to create a podcast, a presentation, or a quiz. When you select, let's say, presentation, you get the option of selecting a Google slide or a PowerPoint presentation, and then you can also select the level that you want it created at. Once you do that, it either creates the Google slide deck or the PowerPoint presentation, and it drops it into your Google Drive, making it ready for you to use for your students, or placing it in Google Classroom. We can go to the next. We can go to the next slide.
So, Brian, it sounds like you're talking about this as a teacher tool.
Or it could be used as a student tool. I mean, if we can teach students to create materials that are consistent with their comprehension, understanding, it also has translational services. So if you have students where English
Mm,
isn't their primary language, you can also create presentations in the student's native language as well.
okay. Because one thing I'm hearing from teachers is they don't want the AI tool to do too much work.
Right. I mean,
They
but
want
this,
this, so
right.
so there's a balance there.
Yeah, but I think this really allows teachers to do that differentiation, which
Hmm.
is really
Yeah.
fantastic. And you know what? That's what
Hmm.
we've been talking about that for many years, and so this it really kind of brings it to full circle. So this is
Absolutely.
a Dolphin Easy Reader. It incorporates not only high quality text to speech, it can also incorporate many different types of libraries. So everything from Project Gutenberg to Bookshare, or even accessing Google Drive. There's a free version, and then there's like pro versions and school versions. The exciting features now that they're adding are the AI features, which include summarization, simplification, flashcards, mind maps, quizzes, and podcasts. And so teachers can take the text, or students can even, again, students can take the text and create a podcast to listen to a chapter in their reading material.
Brian, do you know if this will work with Bookshare books?
Yes, it will. Yeah, you can see in that logo, you can see the second second which says manage libraries right up over
Right,
here. Is
right.
Bookshare is part of that? Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Because I think a lot of people use Dolphin Easy Reader with Bookshare.
so Jill, Dolphin Easy Reader is free, but to get some of the more premium features, it would require a school or a pro account. Okay, you can go to the next. Okay, so here's a quick video. Is the volume better in this one?
Hi, this is
Find
Dr.
out.
Friedlander. In this short
Really
demo, I'd
low,
like
yeah.
to explore with you a new application, which you may be familiar with, but they've added AI. This is the Dolphin
So you can see the
Easy Reader,
Bookshare library is
and they've
available.
added a
You can
significant
attach your
amount of AI
Caliber
features, which I
Audio,
thought
Google
was really
Drive,
interesting.
Project Gutenberg.
So this is my dashboard into Dolphin Easy Reader, and I'm going to load the Call of the Wild.
So I loaded Call of the
And I'm going
Wild, which
to
was in
highlight
an EPUB
some
format. I
text.
got it
You're
from
probably
Project
familiar with the
Gutenberg.
text to speech, but I'm just going to highlight some text, right click, and you can see it says send text to AI
Yeah, it's
feature
not
demo. And
showing.
I'm going to send it to the AI,
Yeah.
which opens up
Yeah.
the browser. And then
Yeah.
along the side here,
Push the
you
push
can
the
see it has
push the play
different
button a
AI
little bit
features. So
forward. See if
short.
it kind of
Um,
hit the red
okay.
ball and drag it over a little bit. Let's see what happens.
It's not
Huh.
responding. Hold on.
I'm,
Try that.
I'm going to highlight
Okay, there it is. Okay.
some text. You're probably familiar with.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is the Call of the Wild, and I highlighted some text.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, hit the play button there. Yeah.
With the text to speech, but I'm just going to highlight some text, right click, and you
So
can
now
see
you
it
could
says
see send
send
text to
text to
AI
AI
features.
feature demo.
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
hit
send it
send to
to the
AI, and then
AI, which
another
opens
window
up
will open
the
up.
browser.
It's going
And
to
then
load the text
along
from
the
Easy
side
Reader, and
here,
then you
you
have
can
on the
see it has
left-hand side all the things that
different
you can
AI
do with
Hmm.
features.
the
So short
AI.
summary, long summary. So I'm going to click on short summary,
So I clicked on
and
short
it's going to
summary, generate summary, and then the bottom
and you
window,
can
it
see
will
it
show,
starting to
it will create the
generate
summary for the student that then
the
they could listen
summary,
to
and here's the
using the
summary
text to
result.
speech.
And of course, I can
It
hit
will read
submit.
it. And again, this is still in beta, so this is, it may look a little bit different, maybe higher quality text-to-speech engines built into this component, but you also have the ability to create the podcast and the Socratic
And I'm going to hit
question and
start.
answer, so the
And of
student can have
course,
a
I'll copy
dialogue
this
with the
text and paste
text
it
as
into Google
well, which is
Docs
really
or my.
interesting. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Another thing that would be good about this, Brian, I could see this as a good teacher tool.
Right.
Starting a new book, teacher could create some preview materials.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of work with Google Notebook LM, and it really can be, I think could be one of the premier when we talk about universal design for learning. This could be a great toolkit for that because what's nice, and Adam had mentioned before that sometimes the LLMs they hallucinate, they bring information in which is inaccurate. One of the really nice things with Google Notebook is you define the content from which it's drawing the information from, and then you can use it to create podcasts, video presentation, infographics, flashcards, even data tables and quizzes. So this is a great tool, allowing again teachers to basically create materials, design, and be the instructional designer. Or for that matter, students can, for example, put the book Call of the Wild as a PDF into Google Notebook LM and test themselves and quiz themselves on the material. Let's go to the next slide.
I really like that feature that we're seeing a lot of in many AI tools, this idea of creating quiz questions. And
Yes.
I think it's really good because it forces the student to say, hey, I can't do this, automatically. I have to put in the time
Right. Right.
and,
And
and,
it
and do the
makes it
work to be able to answer the question.
right. And it makes the learning, more active, which is really important. And I think, as
Yes.
opposed to more passive. But I think,
Yes.
using Google Notebook LM, again, it could be something where, teachers may want to, use a video to introduce the students to a book or to a
Yeah.
concept or an idea, and then maybe create a podcast or a mind map with the information. So it is a fantastic tool. I was wondering if anyone has been using Google Notebook LM in the classroom to create materials that then they can use because all these materials can be exported outside of this environment. So whether you're a Google school, a Microsoft school, Linux school, it doesn't make a difference because all these assets can be repurposed and used inside other environments as well. So I think we could skip this video, but if you haven't, take a look at in Google Notebook LM. It's really fantastic. So for school and work, one of the tools that is kind of gaining a little bit of market share are these e-ink devices. Many of you may be familiar with them because the e-ink displays have been used in the Kindles for many years, but now they're being repurposed not only for reading but for taking notes. And for some of the students we work with who have trouble organizing their notes, keeping them in one place, this could be a great tool. One of the recent e-ink devices that just came out, iFlyTech AI Note 2, has the ability to record the audio and synchronize it with the handwritten notes. And it also has AI so that at the end of the lecture, it will provide a complete transcript of the lecture that's now tied to the handwritten notes. So a tremendous amount of development has been taking place in this arena. And Amazon just released the Amazon Kindle Scribe, which can not only where students can read Kindle books with their built-in voice. I think they call it voice text or text to speech reading capabilities. They can also listen to audible books with the device, but they can also now use it to take notes. The Amazon Kindle Scribe ColorSoft is a color note-taking device, so students can highlight text, and it also includes some AI features. So for students who are quickly writing down the notes, if you click to the next page.
So, Brian,
Yes,
you're talking about digital handwriting.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is digital handwriting. It uses a stylus. What's
And
nice
we're
is
going to be
that,
talking about and we're going to be talking about note taking a little
yeah,
later too.
yeah. So if you hit the play button, let's see, this is I think pretty short. This kind of shows you just some of the AI features in the
Hi,
Kindle
this is
Scribe.
Dr. Friedlander, and in this video, I just want to show you a little bit about the Kindle
So
Scribe.
one of the
One of
AI
the
features is
really
the ability to take,
nice
let's say,
aspects of this is,
I'll
as
call
you
it
can see,
less perfect
students
or messy
can
handwriting, and convert it to uh, nice text. That is my son-in-law's handwriting. It says there's got to be a pen worth getting at the DC Pen Show this August. And so that's his handwriting. That's his real handwriting. That's what it looks like. And what we can do is use the AI. Actually, if you Adam, if you move the handle a little bit, keep going. Yeah. Okay, stop. So I'm going to hit that's the AI button there, and I can refine writing. I'm going to select that, and you'll see that then Amazon goes off to the cloud, and it cleans it up. And I do this to show, people often ask how good is the handwriting recognition. So this gives you some idea. I always say your mileage may vary, but this gives you some idea of what happens. So there it is. So that's the AI in action, taking a look at the handwriting and cleaning it up. And actually, if you again, was there a question?
Nope.
Okay, move the slider down a little bit because I'll explain the next. So the next part of the AI is scroll. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, stop. Okay, so you can have your notes and hit the play button, Adam. You have your notes in front of you, and then there's the AI feature that can summarize the notes that you have in your notebook. So you just go to the top, click on that, hit summarize, and then you have the choice of summarizing the current page or the entire notebook. And then you click start, and then when it's done, it summarizes all your handwritten notes. But currently, this doesn't have any audio features other than playing Audible books or the text to speech. So you can see what it did. It does a really nice job with the AI features. What's nice
It's
about
actually doing two steps. It's
yeah,
recognizing the text first
correct.
and then
Yeah.
summarizing it.
And
Nice.
what's nice about these devices is that the styluses do not need to be charged, which is always an issue with a lot of students we work with. So if it's using the Wacom stylus, it uses what's called electromagnetic resonance, and it does not need to be charged, which is nice. And we did mention before the ability to use AI in your Adobe Acrobat. Adam, you wanted to say something about this.
I did. Thank you, Brian. Um, Adobe Acrobat Pro has added AI tools, and these are primarily for working with PDFs. And a lot of the things that you've been seeing in many of the other AI tools are now integrated into Acrobat Pro. So if you're opening up, working on a PDF and you want to summarize it, or you want to generate questions, or you want to generate a quiz, or you want to be able to ask questions about that article, you can do that through Adobe Acrobat. I just want to show you briefly what that would look like. Let's see. Right. Okay, I can't find that right now. I'll come back to that later.
Okay.
But uh, it is an upcharge for Adobe Acrobat Pro. And if you're using the desktop version, there is a possibility that you might have enhanced privacy measures. We'll have to take a look at that because the tool is on your computer as opposed to being a web-based one. But that's something that you should definitely check with. And I think Brian, there's more AI summarizing tools that are coming out,
Yes, they are.
specifically for lawyers and for doctors and other healthcare folks. We should probably talk about that in a future.
Yep, absolutely. So, some AI for writing. We have voice notes, which I think we'll talk about in a little bit. Certainly, Grammarly AI, which I use to help clean up my grammar, which is a great tool for individuals that may have some writing challenges. And using Copilot for Office 365. I mean, Copilot now is included in a Microsoft 365 subscription and is embedded not only as a standalone, but is embedded in Microsoft Word, so you can do things very, very quickly. So I've been using mind maps for probably over 20 years, but it's exciting to see how some of these companies have been integrating um, AI into them. One of them is AOA. And one of the nice things about this application, especially for students that have trouble with ideation, is students can use a tool like AOA and put in their idea, what they want to write about, and then AOA will generate a list of ideas about the topic to help the students jumpstart the writing process. Once it generates the ideas, students can create notes and then export it to Microsoft Word, Google Doc, or any text editor. I don't know if we're going to have time to watch the video here. The other tool, which is really done well, is MindView AT, which is another AT suite that also allows you to generate, ideas. And again, for those students that have trouble with ideation, this can kind of help them jumpstart the writing process. So I use Grammarly every day, and I'm sure Adam, you use it too. And it really does a nice job of cleaning up my emails, my blog posts. So it corrects not only the grammar but the spelling as well, and will basically provide me with feedback saying, "Hey, this is this if you do this, it'll sound better and get your idea across as well." So
Yeah.
definitely a tool for for the school or community.
And just a comment on Grammarly, and I think Grammarly should come out with a school version of this, because I was just at a school yesterday and they said that they've used Grammarly a long time, but when it added the AI tools, they had to stop letting students use it because some students were using it to actually write their reports for them,
Yeah.
and they didn't want that. So I think a lot of these companies, they should come up with school versions where the school has the option to turn on or off some of the AI tools. I mean, I think grammar checking is great, spell checking is great, editing help is great, but you don't want a tool to do the writing for you.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, that'll be, kind of part of the maturation or the evolution of these tools, because I think this K-12 schools is a gigantic, there's a gigantic need. And I think the companies kind of have to be a little more responsive, especially in the case of Grammarly. Quizlet is another tool that schools have been using, forever, right, to create virtual flashcards. And if you've never used Quizlet, definitely check it out. But they've added a bunch of AI tools. Unfortunately, it is an upcharge for Quizlet. The regular version is free, but some of these tools are great. I mean, I'm working with a 12th grade student now who can upload a Google Slides presentation from his teacher, and the Quizlet AI tools will generate a list of flashcards and summaries, and also a quiz maker. So he can quiz himself on the content in the Google Slides presentation. It's a really nice study tool, and they did a nice job of designing it. And I think they're really expanding their reach, because I think college students are going to start using Quizlet a little bit more. I foresee.
So I mean, just in general, these are sort of called generic AI tools, Copilot with built into Microsoft 365, Gemini, which a lot of schools have access to, and as an individual subscriber, I pay a monthly fee for the pro version of Gemini, which gives me access to certain features, especially if you haven't played around with some of the nano. It's called Nano Banana 2, which is for creating visuals and infographics. A very powerful tool that can be used by teachers to create some awesome material. And of course, Chat GPT, which is great for conversations and drafting and brainstorming.
Yeah, and a big part of being at work, we just wanted to focus on this is generating documents. You have to generate letters, emails, reports, and for folks who might have difficulty doing that, some of these tools can really help, create that first draft. Or if you need more guidance on what's the right format for a certain type of work document, these tools can generate, a sample of one to use as a template or a model.
Yeah, and Gemini is integrated into a lot of the Google tools, so you can actually use Gemini to respond to emails. You can use it. I've used it to create slides with graphics, so you can do some really interesting things with these tools. So
Have
the
either
net
of you heard of workplaces being upset with the amount of AI available in the same way that teachers may be upset with students, or has that not crossed the
Uh,
workplace?
it's a good question, Jesse. I haven't heard anything about that yet, but I'm sure it's out there. Brian, have you heard any stories or anecdotes about
No, I
this?
mean the only thing is that you know, a lot of companies are using AI to become more efficient, and unfortunately, that's resulted in the loss of a lot of jobs. I mean, the company
Yes.
Square just let go of 4,000 people, and if you ask them why, they said it's because they're using AI. I mean, I just had to book an appointment to inspect my car, and I dialed a number, and I was interacting with an AI chat bot that was very efficient. So I think in business, they're talking about efficiency, productivity, getting things done, and they have to get things done with less people. So I think they're really trying to harness the power of AI, which is a little bit different than the goals of public school and education are.
Mhm.
So, kind of a segue into a different kind of speech recognition. I've been using voice notes and audio pen, and I found for a number of individuals with writing challenges and learning challenges that sometimes, like voice typing that's embedded in Google Docs or even the speech dictation in Microsoft Word, for some reason, having the words come up on the screen interrupts certain students with the writing process, getting their ideas down. Especially some of those students get a little obsessive if it puts in the wrong word, and it just stops their train of thought. So with voice notes, what happens is you hit the record button, you get your ideas out, you do a brain dump, and then when you're done, the voice notes uses AI to clean up your document. It doesn't add anything to it, and it provides you with a complete, I'll say, transcript of what you said. You can then move that to Microsoft Word, Google Docs. But for some students, it removes that cognitive load of having the words on the screen, and they're just much more productive. I just worked with a high school student, and we did the voice dictation, and we did this. And when she was doing this, you could sense lower levels of anxiety and just a certain ease about her using this tool, which wasn't there when she was doing voice dictating. And when I asked her what the difference was, she herself just felt more relaxed, less anxious using this. So a lot of these tools like voice notes, audio pen have free trials. And so you may want to try it with some of the students that are reluctant writers to see if by changing how they do the task impacts on their productivity.
And Brian, can you upload MP3 or other kinds of audio files to voice
Yeah, this
notes?
one, I think this one they recently gave you that capability. So, again, these are, you can try it out, but some of the premium features, that would be a premium feature, you would have to pay either a monthly or an annual, subscription fee for some of
And
those
will
more
this work?
advanced.
Will this work on a smartphone?
Yeah, so this works on just every platform, and it also all your notes automatically sync to a web address that you log in to. So it's available on your Apple Watch, iPhone, um, Android tablet, anywhere you want. And then you can see the three dots after the transcript, and then you have options to, if you want to edit it, you want to move it, you want to share it, you want to add to it, and you can always, by hitting the play button, you can always listen to what you said,
Hmm,
your
right.
original text as well. So and try it out. I mean, you can kick the tires, see if it works for some of the students that are more reluctant writers. Just a different way of writing. Um,
Okay. Next is
so
communication.
communication. So if you haven't played around, this is I guess is the new app on the block, and it's been very well received by the AT community. It's called Glint, and it allows educators, parents, caretakers to create communication tools for school, community, or work. So everything from social stories to doing step-by-step processes, and it uses AI. So just like you use ChatGPT, you could say, "Write me a storyboard for a third grade girl going to the dentist," and it will create it automatically. They just recently added the capability of you taking a PDF, a Microsoft Word document, and putting it, inserting it, and then it will create a communication. I would say communication board or a social story based on the text that it's pulling from the
Hmm.
PDF. So this is available, for all platforms, and they just came out with an iOS app
And
for
Brian,
it as well. Yes.
is this sounds like something you could use to help someone learn a new job task or a social skill?
Yes, and it has templates, so you can, if you wanted like step by step process kinds of things, you can determine how many steps you want. You can determine the level of the language, and also this supports also multi languages as well. So if you need something in Portuguese, Spanish, French, it's built in as well, and it also has. If you wanted to do on-screen activities, it also has some activities, and it also has text to speech, so students can actually listen to the step by step or the social stories on the computer as well. Yep.
Whoops. Okay. Mistake there. Um, I wanted to include Voice It. Voice It is a new augmentative communication technology. So I take a quick look at it. And this is designed for people who have speech, but it's difficult to understand. And what Voice It will do is it learns the way that you talk, and then you teach the app, the what words you are saying if they're hard to understand, and you speak into the app with your voice. Voice It some kind of translates that, and then it'll respeak your phrase using synthesized speech. So this is a really nice tool for folks who want to be able to speak, but for interacting with people that might not know them that well, they might have difficulty understanding them.
And it could also be used. I mean, I see it used a lot also for using like the Alexa devices, so that you can train it to understand, so you can have environmental control as a result of using Voice It with the text to speech output.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
So voice it's creating a lot of buzz in the augmented communication technology world, and definitely something to check out. I believe it's iPad based at this time.
So
Okay.
note taking is probably, this is the area which has had the largest number of apps and development in the last year that I've ever seen. I mean,
Hmm.
everything from web-based apps, like Otter AI to capture, Zoom meetings or Google meetings, to Genio Notes, which was formerly Glean, Messenger Pigeon. I mean, we have digital recorders, AI recorders, and also tools like Notability, on the iPad. So probably when we look at the accommodations that students are getting, not only in high school but college, this is the area that most of them need the most support. And so the range of
Yes.
possibilities is really endless now. But students need to really come up with a workflow that works for them and use it consistently. And again, when you're thinking about different note-taking tools, I think you need to think about, what are the goals, what are the tasks, and in what environments are they going to be used? Because some
Yeah,
of these work
absolutely.
well.
Hmm.
Some of these work really well in certain environments, and they don't work as well in others, depending upon the task. So you may need to use one or two or maybe three different note-taking tools, depending on the environment. So, for example, if you're in college and you're in an art history class that's being delivered through slides, then certainly something like Genio Notes is fantastic. But then you're taking let's say calculus. And maybe a digital pen might be good if your handwriting is good, where you can capture the audio while you're writing your notes. Could be something that's really important. And then you might have classes where you just have a professor that just lectures for an hour, and so something like Claude Note or AI Recorder might be great, because at the end you could run it through ChatGPT, get summaries, get a mind map for that. So again, think about
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
goal, the tasks, and the environments that
Hmm. And
sounds
one
like
thing,
George Zavala, right? Set almost a set framework.
yeah, and one thing to be aware of is that for those of you with students or children that are about to start college or thinking about college, a lot of colleges are already they've already decided, what note-taking tools they are providing to students. So it's a good idea to check out, the colleges that you're thinking of going to or the colleges that you've been accepted to see what note-taking supports they use and find out for yourself before you start if that tool is going to work for you. Um, it's good to consider the tools that the college uses because they know how to use it and they're going to be able to support it. So if you want to use something that they're not using, you're going to be a little bit more on your own, or you're going to have your own supports in place. So that's something to think about for sure.
Yeah, and the same token, it might be something, if you know that they're using Genio Notes, it might behoove you to start, using it maybe in high school if you can, to get some experience, using it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know tools like Otter AI does have a free version. The Genio Notes free version is only a trial.
Right. I think it's 30 days, something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so Otter AI is a tool I think it really started out more of a workplace tool
Yes.
to help you record, interactions during meetings, etc. But I think the higher education world is also embracing Otter AI to some extent, although they're not as widely represented as Genio Notes, but they do a lot of the same things uh, in terms of real-time transcriptions of lectures or
Mhm.
conversations, and then enable you to summarize and create to-do lists and action items, and to be able to ask questions about that transcript.
Mhm.
We've got 10 minutes left, Brian, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to try
probably
to.
let's skip over the video, I think. Let's see.
So
Yeah.
Genio Notes is pretty much the most popular real-time transcription note-taking support program used right now in colleges. Um, and it does enable you to upload the teacher's um, PowerPoint slides or Google slides,
Mhm.
and you can kind of have a split screen. You can see the slides on the left, and then on the right, you're going to see the transcription as well as your type notes, and it integrates it all together. Um, it's a really good tool. It's got a lot of also a lot of study tools built into it, like summaries, to-do lists, action items, as well as you can create quizzes and the ability to query or ask questions of the transcript.
Yeah, and if it's part of a school subscription, it also do live closed captioning as well in real time, which is nice.
Yes.
I think we should probably
And
let's
the,
skip. Yeah, let's see if we can
Keeping
get
up
some
in
of
class.
at the video. So we embedded a lot of stuff here, realizing we probably couldn't get through everything, but it does
yes.
now include quizzes as well. So
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Go
Digital
ahead.
digital pens has been also a rebirth of these. Many of you probably know the LiveScribe Echo pen. LiveScribe just came out with a new pen called Ink, INQ. Chinese company Nuyas has the Sync 4 pen, and the Weblio pen is from a European country. They're all coming out with digital pens. They all have handwriting recognition. Many of them have complete audio transcription, and they synchronize handwriting and audio, and they also have AI agents, so you can actually interact with your notes. What do I mean by that? So let's say you're in an art history class, you're taking notes with the live scribing pen, and you wrote down Starry Night. You come back to the I don't know, library at night, and you see Starry Night. What you can do is you can actually in a little dialogue box say, could you tell me about the importance of Starry Night? And then the agent will go out and find information about that right within your note-taking app. So it keeps all your notes together in one place. It transcribes it so you could take your handwritten notes and with the handwriting recognition, send it to Microsoft Word, Google Docs. So pretty powerful. And again, if your handwriting is good, this could be a good tool. If you're in a math class, many of these tools have some really good transcription of handwriting and symbols. I've embedded the video. I don't want to show it because it's a little too long. Adam, Notability, that's your tool.
Yeah, I really love Notability, so I'm not very objective about it. But there's a couple reasons why I like it. First of all, I already had an iPad, so adding the Notability app meant I didn't need any more hardware. Um, I use it with the Apple Pencil, which really gives me a really nice pen-like experience. It's very comfortable, and I like to handwrite my notes anyway. I was never a big one for typing notes. And so, and my situation was I was using tons of legal notepads. So I had folders full of notes and they're all over the place, and I had a hard time accessing them all. In Notability, you have folders. All the notes can be organized into folders. It will search your handwritten notes. So if you're looking for a person's name or item, you can do it in the search. It will do transcriptions of real time, it does recording, I'm sorry, and we'll do transcriptions of recorded audio. And they've added a number of AI tools that will summarize, create quizzes. You can ask questions of your notes. Um, so that's an additional set of tools that you can add to Notability. And for the students that I've worked with who like to handwrite their notes, Notability has been working well for them so far.
Yeah, and I want to stress what Adam said. One of the key things, whether you use digital pen, if for students that like to write on paper or Notability on an iPad, is the ability to tag and search and find your notes with ease. And that is really key. So if you're working with kids with executive function disorders, this can be great. They can upload PDFs, mark them up. They can search their handwriting. They can break them up. The folders can be organized by subject, by week. So it really adds a tremendous amount of organization to it. Let's hit the next one, Adam. This is this is a very unique tool, just recently came out. This is a 007 pen, so it actually is an audio recorder. This doesn't require a specialized notebook. You can write on any paper, but what it does, it takes the audio, and then you can see there's a little button that's highlighted in the middle of the pen. When you're in a lecture, if something's important, you just press the button, and then what happens afterwards is the audio file is sent to your smartphone, could be Android, iOS, or iPad, and then it processes your audio through the Chat GPT template, and it prioritizes what you when you hit that button. So it kind of prioritizes the notes based on what you, in a sense, highlighted by clicking on the button. Just came out. Looks like a regular, a little chunky pen, but it is a digital audio recorder. The next
And
one, or yes,
Brian, does it also have a camera to
no camera, no,
record?
no camera,
So
no camera.
how does it know when you're writing?
It doesn't know. So that's why
Oh,
you just, so you have your physical notes as you always would with a regular notebook. And what it does is it basically just, if you hit that button, it highlights what you think is the most important material when it's processing it through the Chat GPT.
okay.
So, Brian, what is the main difference between this Floatica Scribe pen and a Live Scribe?
So the Live Scribe is actually is going to capture the ink on the page because it has a camera. This one doesn't. This is more. This is basically a smart audio recorder.
Okay, so this doesn't write.
Well, it does. It's a pen, so you're taking notes, but you'd have to go back to your handwritten into a notebook. It's not recording the ink on the page in the app. One more. I think we have one more. Okay. So these are just AI recorders. This is Claude Note. This is the same
Brian,
idea. Yes.
I think we have to wrap it up.
All right. But let me just talk about this for 1 second. So these are great tools, especially school work or community for individuals that have trouble with memory or maybe attention deficit disorder. You just basically record the lecture, then over Bluetooth, it sends the audio file to the app, and then using ChatGPT, it processes it with a full transcript, summary, and mind map. Whew.
Take a breath. Okay. There's a lot of slides that we didn't get to. We apologize.
But you'll have them.
Um,
You'll have them.
but you have them. Um, if two things before we go, and of course we're here for questions. If you wouldn't mind going back to the Menti poll and complete 4, 5, and 6, it would be greatly appreciated. And here is our contact information. And we're happy to open it up to any questions now.
There is nothing new in the chat that I can see question-wise, but
Okay?
do feel free to add,
Or turn on your microphone.
of course. Yes.
Okay, well, if there aren't any questions, we are very happy that all of you could make it today. It was great to see you virtually, and thanks very much for attending.
Yeah.
If
And
you
if
have questions after the fact, please get in touch with us by email. And if you're interested in setting up virtual or remote information sessions, please let us know. I think I interrupted you, Brian.
no, that's good. We did good. That's a lot. We had a lot of information.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to turn the recording off now, and I see you just got some claps.
Thank you.